This is an audio summary of Numbers chapter 11, verses 1 through 6, and verses 10 through 15. People Grumble, September 24th, 2023, week 4. Welcome, viewers and subscribers, to my channel, The Backstory and More. I am Audrey. I have committed to sharing a weekly audio reading of the Precepts for Living the Entire Bible in a Year series. If this summary will be of any value to you, please subscribe, like, and share. If you would like to see pictures included with the summary, give me a thumbs up. If I get at least 50 thumbs up for this summary, I will add pictures to supplement the summary. Thank you so much for your help as I strive to continue to grow this channel and to reach a larger audience. A summary. The people complained, but the exact nature of their complaint was not stated. It probably was directly critical of God, for his anger was aroused, manifested as a supernatural fire on the fringes of the camp. The fire killed some of the Israelites. It is possible that the criticism was deepest among these fringe dwellers, so that was where God directed his anger. The primary purpose of God's actions, however, was not to dispense justice. Rather, the main intent was to get the people's attention concerning a serious problem they needed to correct. Soon, their spirit of complaining transformed into a desperate cry for help. The people did not cry to God, however, but cried out to Moses. Moses had to intercede for them with God. His prayer was effective, and the fire threat passed. Moses gave that place a symbolic name, Taberah, which means burning. This and other places are remembered as the sites of Israel's disobedience and rebellion, where the nation provoked the wrath of the Lord. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 22. Many centuries later, the Apostle Paul used such incidents as warnings to the Corinthians to stop their grumbling. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 10 through 11. The Taberah incident was quickly followed by another complaint fueled by a craving for favorite foods. In particular, the people of Israel wanted meat. They were apparently unwilling to eat any of the livestock that remained from when they left Egypt, Exodus 17 and 3. So their only source of nourishment was the daily provision of manna. Their cravings for a steak or lamb chop were so strong that the people started wailing. Their behavior passed the boundaries of rationality and moved to childishness. The list of cherished foods included many items that apparently had been common to them, even as slaves in Egypt. They remembered having had plenty of fish, juicy vegetables, and fruits. The underlying problem here was spiritual. The people were deeply dissatisfied with the way God was treating them, and they used their lack of diet options to express discontent and ultimately lack of faith. Despite the recent incident in Taberah, the people of Israel persisted in their petty complaining. The complaint was universal, being expressed by the people of every family. They were tired of manna. The Lord had a plan to create a people for himself. He would allow the Israelites to populate the land he had promised to Abraham. But the plan seemed to be going awry because of the people's attitude and behavior. This caused God's wrath to be kindled again. Moses seemed to have no complaints about eating manna every day. His displeasure was the complaint of leadership, of having to appease his grumbling nation. The endless waves wave of complaining overwhelmed Moses, and he joined the ranks of the complainers. He took his complaint directly to God, asking why the Lord had saddled him with a nation of grumblers. Moses understood this to be a personal matter. He believed that Israel's dissatisfaction was a sign that he, Moses, had fallen out of favor with God. The experience was so negative that Moses saw leadership as a burden rather than a privilege and a responsibility. Moses' litany of complaints grew deeper as he laid bare all his frustrations before the Lord. In effect, he was saying, "This is not what I signed up for." That's the attitude behind the question, did I conceive all these people? Did I give them birth? All this is as if to ask, am I their father? The only one who fit the role of father was God himself. Moses was tired of babysitting whiners. Moses then confronted God on the practical level. He knew the people were clamoring for meat, but he had no solution. He could not seem to quell their grumbling, and he had no resources to meet their requests. Where can I get meal for all these people? The pressure crushed Moses to the point that he longed for death. Thank you so much for listening. Join me soon for the next audio summary of the Sunday School lesson. Stay safe and may God bless.